fear.
It's what you want from this experience.
Yes.
All right, here comes show, everyone. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
Chubby Wubby, this is Hubby Dubby. Are you there?
And why should I not go back there, pray?
The morning stream. So, you're keeping me alive because you don't know DOS?
Hello and greetings and welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for Wednesday, January 25th, 2022. I'm 2023. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Hello, I'm Jed. Oh, darn it, I'm Brian. Dang it, I messed up too.
Well, at least I feel some solidarity with your goof up, because
exactly.
we both messed up.
Totally.
Anyway, hey, everybody. We hope you're well, and welcome to a Wednesday edition of the show. It is, midweek, so that means things. That means some stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
This is our big full show of the week. Like, this is the busiest
I think so.
show of the week.
Yeah, I think so. We save it all for midweek, and I don't know why we do that, but we do, and it's all fine. I did notice this, though, this morning. Get up, walk into the living room, and there's a pillow torn to shreds in the living room there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I look around, and I notice that it's Rainer's doing, and I don't know why. She's never done this before, ever.
Yeah.
So was there something in the pillow? Was there some pent-up rage that finally reached a crescendo and she let it loose?
Point. Yeah.
I don't freaking know what happened. Wasn't the cat, though.
Do the typical video where it's like it shows the person walking into the room and then they see feathers on the ground and then they come closer and all of a sudden they see the pillow torn to shreds and then they pan around the room at all the devastation and there looking nervously at the camera is the dog.
Yeah, I would have hoped for one of those, but she was in her
but you
kennel
didn't
by
get one.
then and she wasn't. She was asleep and all this. So I don't know. And she's the only animal that had access during the time it happened.
Sure.
So I know it was her. But what the hell, man? I give her all kinds of time. I snuggle with her all the different times of the day. I take her on walks. I feed her well. She's a happy dog. What?
And that was your special Japanese anime girl happy pillow, wasn't it?
Right. It was the one I cuddle each night and
the body pillow that.
Yeah, it's how I get out my adolescent needs, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway,
Why is this part of the pillow really crusty?
yeah,
Ugh.
what's up with that? I don't get it. Anyway, stupid cat or stupid dog does stupid things. That's where we're at. I had a weird nap dream. I need to share this and ask about it.
Right. Okay, please do.
I shared it a little bit on Twitter, although I didn't attribute it to the dream on Twitter, but I'll just explain. So,
Okay.
In my dream, Infinite Universe. I've been watching Our Universe on Netflix. It's this excellent documentary with Morgan Freeman narrating. It's really good. And it's basically like they have a really interesting tack on this. They go, here's a huge, mega, giant thing that happens in the universe, like black holes or the Big Bang or far-flung universes or Earth-like planet, whatever. Like big-scale, multi-billion-year kind of thinking. And then they zoom down for part of the documentary on, like, a bear cub or how a wolf survives in the summer and winter. Like some kind of weird, right-on-the-ground nature-y thing, like a monkey or an ape or something. And then they spend that episode kind of going back and forth, and they tie them together really well. It's really good, but it has a way of making your brain kind of explode. This show, and really like broadening your horizon. So I've been really enjoying it. I'm on like episode 3 or something. And anyway, he got talking about infinite universes and what that implies. And so I had the stream last night about infinite universes, and I found in the dream we found an Earth where everything was identical as it is here.
Yeah.
I exist, you exist, everybody exists exactly the way they exist. We live in the same way that we live, with one exception. The clothing in that planet, instead of the way we do it, their clothes cover everything except for people's private parts.
Even face, like basically, like all that's exposed are
yes,
wieners
faces,
and
heads,
boobs and
hands. So boobs and groinal zones
groinals
are all out for display on everyone.
bikini area.
Yeah, your bikini area.
Yeah.
And that was the one societal difference in this place. And it was just like this walk around dream of like, oh, hello, how are you? And there'd be people covered
right.
in
Everything was like normal in that.
Yeah. What's that about? What is that about? You know? Well, I know what it's
I don't
about.
know. I don't know, but you just completely spoiled my plans for TMS Vegas Taskmaster.
Ah, crap.
Damn it, Scott.
Ah, that's too bad. Actually, I appreciate the fair warning now that we know what it's going to be. Oh, you know, Brian, I'm not feeling very well. I don't know if I can make it to Vegas.
I'm not sure I'm going to make it to Vegas, Brian. You got this on your own? Yeah. Good
Yeah,
luck, Bobby.
I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, that was a thing, and I sorely regret it. Also,
Wow.
to add to the mystery, we got a text that we need to make quick sense of before we play Battle Royale today.
Right.
Here's
Cool.
what it says. I wrote help. That wasn't part of it. Someone
Help.
someone named Carlos sent us a text that says this simply: "Hey Scott and Brian," spelled with a Y.
Yeah.
All right, you okay with that, or how does that
I'm
make you feel?
fine with it.
Okay,
It's not the worst thing. It's not the worst way my name has been spelled.
that's true. Dunaway yesterday, we had one like that for him, and he said, "Well, at least it's not brain." Because he hates it when people type brain.
Oh, that's our request yesterday. The TMS, the request for the final song was all brains all the time.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's just people typing too fast, I think.
When I had my little elementary school Valentine's box that I made with a shoebox and a hole cut in the top of it, invariably 2/3 of the Valentines I would get would be addressed to brain.
Oh, I love that. You should keep some of those. You have some of those laying around?
No, I didn't keep a damn one. No.
I think I might have a few of my old ones.
Do you really? If you're old,
Yeah.
like those old Valentines?
Should bring those out and read them on the show sometime. Anyway, this is what the thing says. Really weird. Hey, Scott and Brian.
Brian.
What's with the fang? F-A-N-G, question mark.
What's with the fang?
Carlos. That's it. That's it. What's with the fang? Do you guys have any idea in the chat, or Brian, or anyone within the sound of my voice know what the frick Carlos is referring to?
Yeah. Do I have a fang?
I don't have fangs. You don't have fangs?
I don't have
think.
fangs.
I mean, we both have incisors, but I wouldn't call them fangs.
What's with the best fang? What's with the fang?
I don't know. Chat says you drew something with a fang. Well, yeah, but why would they text us for the show? And this guy, no, okay, here's one thing. It does say Scott and Brian. This could be for Dunaway and Play Retro. For all I know, I don't know. I just always assume when it says Hey Scott and Brian, I always assume it's us, but I could be wrong.
Sure.
So that's one thing to keep in mind. But then I thought about that. There's nothing I did there with a fang.
Yeah. No, I don't know. That really doesn't make any sense. All right, well, Carlos, if you've got more information, we'd love to get it, please.
Yeah, well, you don't leave us hanging, dude.
Is your text?
Sorry, that was me.
Does your text service make you pay per letter? Because if not, maybe give us a little bit more than that.
Just a little. We're not asking for a lot. Just a little description. In fact, right here in your original text, you could have given us a little more info just right there. You know. Yeah.
Dunaway says he has a fang tooth. By the way.
Is that what it is?
Maybe that is.
Maybe it was for him. Okay. Now we've. You know what? This is why you do the good detective
might make sense.
work.
Yeah.
We try to do good detective work, and sometimes we fail, and it's fine.
See, we knew in that first episode of Film Sack that sooner or later somebody would get confused between the two Brians, and and I think we just need to go back to calling me Bibby.
That's right. Thanks a lot, Carlos.
Carlos, you've ruined it for everybody now. Damn it.
We're back to Bibby. Oh boy.
Bibby.
Ding, 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 ding. Hey, look at this. It's time for Battle Royale, Tadpooley Feud Edition, with Brian Dunaway is joining us on the line. Hi, Brian.
Woo. Oh, hi, Scott and what's-his-face.
Hi. You guys and your
hi,
wives.
Fang.
Yeah, hi, Fang. Do you have a fang? I don't remember seeing a fang on you. I guess you do.
Yeah. I have a tooth that is, it's the fang tooth. It is up a little higher on the right-hand side. Yeah.
Than
the other.
Right.
Yeah, a little canine tooth. Yeah.
All right.
And if you can see it occasionally, I don't flash it. You may notice that I probably don't like go big cheesy smile. Just probably from my childhood. I've had it forever.
Yeah. Well, it looks. Now I can't picture it still, but I'm sure it looks fine.
It looks fine because I usually don't show it. I usually don't pull my lip up and go, look at it.
Yeah.
Look at my fang tooth.
You don't want people to know about your.
Are you still looking at it?
Your vampiric tendencies.
Wait, my eyes are up here. What's my fang?
That's right. That's right. All right, we are going to take the third. No, you know what? Let's do fourth.
Ooh,
Just think of a good number. A fourth
messenger.
person.
Yeah.
Fourth person to DM me on Discord will be added to this call. And right now we've got a couple going in. We got one. We got two. There's three. Oh, who will be number four?
More.
Oh, man. I think we have our fourth. Let's see if we can add him to the show. Yep, here we go. Looks like it's going to be... Oh, it's Win Magus. Win Magus. Win Magus, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
Well, hello, everyone.
Hi, it's nice to have you on the show.
Hi.
You were number 4. How do you feel about that?
I don't know if I'll ever recover.
You call it number
Right.
4. What can you tell us? The phrase that pays for
That's
$100.
That's right. It's good to have you here, man. We're going to play this game. Brian Ibbott's going to explain the rules with his Y in the middle of his name, and then once we do, we'll figure out what prizes you could win. Brian, take it away.
Okay, Scott, I shall. It's time to play the Tadpool Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Dreckway will have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's Scott and Fang's job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Win Magus, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. If your team wins, you'll get a prize package that includes, appropriately enough, from Wesley, Tooth and Tail, and Warsaw. We tried to give these away on Monday. The person that won them already had them, so
Clever girl.
back into the pot. So, Tooth and Tail, as the story of Brian Dunaway, and Warsaw.
Yeah, that's a great game, Tooth and Tail.
The story of Scott.
Yeah. Tooth and Tail is like this really hard game, but it's super cute at the same time, and I think that's part of what makes it work. It's very cool. I haven't played Warsaw, though. I'm sure that's nice and dark and gritty, but anyway.
So Wind Magus, I don't know if I've asked you this before, but did you pick Wind Magus because it's one of the cards in that Eye of Judgment game for the PlayStation 3?
Oh, no. I've played card games forever, but honestly, Magus is the base one, and that one is just a character in Chrono Trigger that I thought was always really cool.
Gotcha.
Oh, very nice.
Because when I was
love
packaging
the
that thing up, I
backstories.
sold it on eBay for like $80.
Yeah.
All those Eye of Judgment pieces, and I saw the Wind Magus card. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot there was a Wind Magus card in here. I should have saved it for you, but oh well. I didn't.
Well.
Oh.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about how many card games I've played before.
Wouldn't be good for you.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's give you guys your topic and let's see how you do. I'll read the abbreviated version of the question, but then I'm going to tell you exactly what I told the tadpole. So, hands on buzzers. Here's we had 510 responses to this from the tadpole. 2 people said pass. Here's a question.
Go.
If you had to eat the food from just one fast food restaurant. Wow, Brian.
You said food and fast food. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
I'm going with McDonald's.
Go with McDonald's. All right, show me without hearing even the rest of the question. Let's see if he's predicted correctly. Show me McDonald's. Number 2 answer on the board. I will finish the question for Scott.
I'm loving it.
Let's hear the whole
If
thing.
you had to eat the food from just one fast food restaurant for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
Okay, I kind of thought we were going there.
Yeah.
If it isn't McDonald's,
By the way, here's the full question that I asked the tadpole.
okay.
If you had to eat the food from just one fast food restaurant for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Yes, we know you want to say none of them, but that's a cop-out. And if you do that, know that we will figure out who you are and force every member of your family to answer this very same question.
Nice. Good.
And
Got to
2
hold
people
them.
still said pass.
Got to hold them.
I got that same email yesterday. Sweet.
Yeah. 2 people still playing with fire out there.
That's right. All right, Scott, what fast food would the tadpole eat over McDonald's?
Probably Taco Bell. Is number
Right.
1 if I had to guess. So let's say the Taco Bell.
Only on Tuesdays.
Show me the runs at the border.
Yeah.
Number one answer.
Look at that.
Scott has
Yeah.
control of the board and control of Win
I rolled the dice and
Yep.
I crapped out.
I finally control Win Magus. It's my goal
Yes,
to control
finally
him.
have control of Win Magus.
Win Magus,
All right,
what is
Crapping
your
out
what
also
is your
what happens if you eat too much Taco Bell?
Oh yeah, no, we all
Right.
Yeah, we all know.
Every day for the rest of your
Crapping out
life,
or Win
at least
Magus?
Yeah.
I can't understand Taco Bell though. That is such a weird answer. I mean, it's the same food.
Yeah.
At
but
least
people
McDonald's,
like
I could get nuggets one day, a burger. They actually have salads occasionally.
Listen, you can get a taco salad at Taco Bell. You can get a Mexican pizza at Taco Bell. You can
It's
get
all
a
the same.
you used to be able
It's
to
all
get
the
a
exact
Mexican
same.
burger or whatever they called it, which was just a sloppy Joe.
it. Yeah. I forgot they did that. They should bring that
It's
back.
all
I want to
just
try. I never
round
tried it.
Well,
Beef.
the beefy Bel Grande or something
chicken.
beefy. Something
I never
like that.
tried it. I
Right.
kind of want to try it. It
Oh,
sounds like something
God.
that I would love to put in my mouth hole. All right, Win Magus, anything jumping out at you, top of your head business here?
Honestly, I'm kind of curious where the tadpole draws the line at fast food. But
same. Sure.
easy answer for me would probably be Wendy's.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Wendy's too.
Let me some Wendy's.
I
Got
like
some
Wendy's
chili.
as an
Got
answer.
some
I've
chili.
had some my life's experience with Wendy's is a mixed one, but at the moment I'm okay with Wendy's at the moment because
Okay.
our local one's been treating me pretty good. But I'll never forget that that foot mark in the burger day way back in the day. This is years ago, like 2005.
Got pretty
or
good
whatever.
baked potatoes too. Good baked potatoes.
Yeah, they got baked
chili.
potato. They got the
Oh,
chili
yeah.
and the whatnot. Yeah, it's good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Although
Sure. That's
I've
true.
heard-
yeah, the baked potatoes, and they even have the deal now where it's like what $4 or $5, and you can get a small burger, 4 chicken nuggets, fries, and a drink or something like
yeah,
that.
it's like $5, which
Yeah.
is a really good deal for DoorDash because they don't have extra fees, so you'll pay pretty close to just that plus tip.
Get out, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
so Kim and I will order
Taco
like 2
Bell
of those
doesn't
once in a
have
while.
ice cream.
No, Taco Bell does not have ice cream, but
No.
you know what? McDonald's rarely does either. So
That's true.
it's also not real
At
ice
least you'll
cream.
get
But
at least you would get the occasional surprise. No, really? You got it today?
What?
Yes.
Today is Shake Day? All right, let's get to this one. You guys said Wendy's. Let's see if Wendy's is up there. Show me those old-fashioned hamburgers.
nice.
Yep. Number
They're
3.
square.
This old-fashioned.
But where's the beef?
Yeah, where is the beef?
Where's the beef? Very good.
Okay, I'm
Not
gonna.
a lot of points, but you're doing well. as
Yeah,
far
yeah,
as,
we're just building
that
out the
low-hanging
list here,
fruit.
I suppose. I'm gonna go with. I mean, Win Magus is right about where they draw the line because that's where
Right.
that's where it's gonna get fishy. Let's throw Burger King in there because Burger King's got to be in there somewhere.
Sure. All right.
No
show
one's
us,
eating at Burger King.
show us that creepy king.
Yeah,
That's actually the most recent fast food place I've eaten, by the way.
the Creepy King.
The creepy king. Yeah, number
Ooh.
8.
Look at
Yeah,
those
well, I was
points.
out lifting on Saturday. I needed lunch, and I was just kind of in the mood for a Whopper Jr. with cheese and onion rings. And onion rings at Burger King are like, they're not great. Like they're
They're onion
very
rings.
good for what they are, but they're basically chopped up onions frozen into ring shapes
Yeah.
and then batter dipped
Yes.
and fried, as
Yeah.
opposed to
They-
actual rings of onion.
I agree. They're
Would you prefer if they called them king rings? Would you like that better?
And I'm surprised they don't. Actually, now that you say that, it feels like a missed opportunity
you
for
can,
them.
you
yeah.
can hire me anytime you're ready, Burger King. I got you.
All right. Got your back.
All right, good. Well, there's some good points for you. 8 points for that one. And there are 6 answers still up on the board.
Yeah, pressure's
We'll see
on,
that.
Dunaway. And also, I like a Whopper here and there, so don't judge me. Also, I think their fries are pretty good. All right,
Yeah.
moving on
No,
here.
Wrong.
Eat a butthole. Okay, let's go. Hey, Win Magus, how do you
You
feel?
just did if you ate Burger King fries.
How do you feel about? I mean, Chick-fil-A is really popular. It probably counts. Probably on here, don't you think?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A's good.
All right, Chick-fil-A. Let's get our chicken on.
All right, show us those bastards at Chick-fil-A.
Nice.
Number 5. Yeah.
Nice. I had them the other night. It was real good, except I don't like how most of their stuff doesn't come with things on it. You have to kind of tell them. So it's like, would you like 2 pieces of bread with a piece of chicken in the middle? Because that's basically what it is. And I'm like, yeah, but I'd like other things too. And you have to kind of specify,
Yeah.
and it bugs me.
I
Yeah,
would
don't
like
they, like-
extra pickles.
Do they even do a pickle? Like, is it if you
Yes,
if
they
you
do.
don't ask for anything else, will they do 2 pieces of bread, a piece of chicken in the middle and a pickle.
I think so, and a little.
You get a pickle. You get a pickle and a half if you don't ask for them. If you ask for, you have to ask for extra pickles.
You gotta get extras. Yeah. So if you want the spicy one, I recommend more pickles, and then the lettuce they give you is usually just a slice of nothing. It's just dumb. So I'm just saying, if you're gonna get if you want sauces and condiments and all that, you gotta say something there. It bugs me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
There's that.
Really?
Yeah. Plus, I don't like how the owner.
You at your Chick-fil-A.
I don't like the owner's
sweet.
I don't like the anti-gay owner either. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like that either.
Didn't he backtrack out of
all that stuff?
No, he's still a butthole, but he's not in charge of
yeah.
anything anymore, and all the franchises are locally owned. So I don't.
Well, if I stop shopping places that are dicks, I guess I won't get to go to Walmart. Really, just any store.
You'll never get anything ever again if you stop shopping where dicks are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you go, well, never mind. I'm not going to say. Hey, all right. Hey, looking good so far.
All right.
When Magus, what does your heart tell you?
You know, I don't know what my heart tells me, but I think Larry Kenobi pointed out Arby's, and I like it.
Oh, Arby's is good.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Arby's.
I got to have me some Horsey sauce, even though Scott doesn't like them.
I like horsey sauce. I like
hear
it.
that they have the meats.
Yeah, they do. I like real horseradish more than horsey sauce, but I'll do the horsey. It's fine.
Well, yeah,
See,
I like real burgers instead of Burger King. But
I love how you were trying to stick me with your anti-horsey sauce, and then I indicated that I'm not, so you turned back to Burger King and how shitty the food is. I like that.
Just know that you're always wrong, Scott.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it.
And that the variety you get at Arby's, they've got the salads, they've got ice cream, or they've got shakes anyway. They've got
Jamocha shake.
Chicken sandwiches, not just roast beef.
Please tell me how the Arby's owner. What does he believe?
He believes in the meats. Believes in the meats.
It's Ving Rhames, by the way, is the owner of every Arby's, and we know he's good. He went up into space and prevented the asteroid from hitting us.
Yeah, he also had that was Michael Clark Duncan. You're close though.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah. You're close. It was one of those great big black people, Brian, that you're remembering.
All right, let's get to it. Show me. What did you say, Scott?
I said it's one of those great big black people you're remembering. Sorry, go ahead. You're good.
Show me Arby's. Yep, number 4 on the list.
The owner of Frogpants has got a controversy.
No, I do this too. I mix them up all the time. One of them had a ball gag. Which one was it?
The Arby's CEO has been doing some stuff. Let's see here. He's a jerk.
Yeah, is he?
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, set fire to an old folks' home and farted in the president's face.
If you want to waste the day away, just type in controversy and then the owner of anything.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Turns out you can't. Yeah, you can't actually.
It's kind of like Rain Man and Qantas. Like you're basically going to find one store that you have to shop at for the rest of your life if you try to avoid the controversy.
Yep, and that's no way to shop.
No.
All right, when Magus, we're on a roll here. What else is on a roll that we could say?
Chat suggesting either KFC or Popeyes. I like those two as options.
Oh,
I do too.
Yeah.
I like. I feel like Popeyes has risen so much in recent years, so they're probably likely on here. Maybe both are on here.
Damn spicy chicken sandwich that everybody had to have.
Yeah, remember how they were like never had them, and that was a weird era there where we couldn't get chicken. Are we heading back to that because of the egg
we
thing?
had some weird things that we freaked out about.
Yeah. I paid $10 for eggs this morning. We're definitely in a place that's not going to be good.
Yeah, I don't like those egg prices.
Here's a dumb question: was that pre? I can seriously. I thought that was during the pandemic, right? Or was it pre-pandemic?
I thought it was in pandemic, like 2000. I thought it was like 2000.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was during the pandemic, not pre. But it like I remember people lining up to get them, so that doesn't feel like a safe pandemic.
People are saying pre. I'm almost sure it wasn't pre. I'm almost sure of it.
Well, I know we're still in pandemic. I didn't say remember, Claire. I did not say post-pandemic because that's not a thing yet.
Claire, sit down. You're fine. Everything's fine.
Go play your 360, Claire.
No, it is her birthday.
Rainbow Bright says 2018 or 2019, so pre-pandemic.
I need a
Maybe it was
citation.
the cause of the pandemic was the spicy chicken sandwich at.
I got to find out for sure, but in the meantime,
says fall 2020. Anyway, why don't we say that? So we're saying Popeyes.
Yeah, Popeyes.
Not Popeyes. Popeyes. Like Popeye. All right, show me Popeye. Whoop. There it is.
Oh, man.
no.
Where are they on this list? A lot of people said them. Yeah, number 21 on the list was Popeyes.
Oh, man, that's too low. You guys are weird. They're very good.
Yeah.
By the way,
I
I'm
would
just...
say, to be honest, I do Popeyes over Chick-fil-A because of the variety. Like they've got, well, and also the because of the bigotry. But the like Popeyes, you don't have to do just a sandwich there. You've got like clams, fried clams, and fish, and all sorts of things.
Here is the...
Yes, what's the official?
Here it is. I found it. It's selling. Okay, here's the. They're right. 2019. I was sure it wasn't during like early pandemic. I was sure.
I thought so too. Like we all needed a distraction from our Tiger King and sourdough bread, and so we all flocked to Popeyes for chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, it was late summer, I guess, when that was going down. Man, whatever. That whole era is so blurred now. I don't remember anything. So weird.
Claire, look.
Oh, look.
Keep in mind, she says, yeah, nothing screams yummy more than fast food clams. And she's right. She's absolutely right. But you kind of keep, there's like the fast food in this tiny little bubble over here. But then there's like all these other great restaurants and cooking at home and food over here. And this is the big thing. It's almost as make you look at, oh, I'm really focused on this big bubble over here. I'm not seeing so much this bubble over here. What's in this bubble over here? I don't even see it. But no, there's this big bubble over here that's got all the good food.
That's right. Brian is absolutely correct about that.
Yes,
also, none of this Claire could eat. This is all stuff would be off her menu.
That's right, exactly.
Right? Like you're not even going to eat those clams.
I don't think there's anything anywhere in this list that Claire could eat.
No.
Yes.
Well, happy birthday anyway, Claire. All right.
That's right.
Let's continue forward. Where are we? Oh, it's our turn. No, it's Brian's turn.
Thank you, Gilbert Gottfried, for providing that the inspiration for that last bit.
Brian,
it's over to you because they got a strike. So, Brian, what you got?
Well, first I'm Googling Popeye's owner controversy. And
he had that whole big thing with Bluto years ago.
Yeah.
But don't read it. You already can't eat anywhere as it is. I'm gonna go with another controversial figure. I'm not sure if they let him still get this where he's at. But Jared was always eating the Subway.
Oh, Subway is a good one.
I'm thinking that's a pretty popular.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's somebody out there who smuggles in a cake to Jared, and it's got a Subway sandwich hidden in it.
Now I'm having a Mandela moment.
It's not bread.
I'm having a Mandela moment. Didn't somebody stab and kill him in prison, or am I thinking of like Jeffrey Dahmer or somebody?
No, you're thinking of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is the same. It's the same.
Jeffrey
Dahmer. They're both the same.
Yeah.
They can't get to Jared because he's sitting there holding his pants out like this. It's like a big defensive. Like they keep. I'm just getting empty pants and air.
Yeah, you just got to lob a grenade in there, a live grenade.
Right. All right. Brian says Subway. The card says Subway, not Moops. Let's see if we've got Subway on here. Eat fresh. Show me. Yeah, number 6.
Good call. You're still not even close to our score, but keep trying. Keep trying.
That's right. We got 3 more answers left.
That was kind of rude. I mean, really.
What's that?
It was me saying
we were all nice and everything, and now Scott's attacking me for no reason whatsoever.
I'm feeling competitive.
And Horsey sauce.
Competitive.
You might have to bite him with your fang, Brian.
Yeah.
It's coming.
All right.
It's coming.
All right.
I'll
watch for it.
Wait. Fast food restaurants.
Just so I get a little notification up in the top corner of my screen when I get an email to a certain account that's like my work account.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I just got an email from the from Bernadette at the Plaza, and it was addressed to Brain.
No way.
Now, just this second.
Oh, Bernadette. I'm going to spell her name Bernadette is what I'm going to do.
Bernadelle.
Damn it. All right.
Yes. Anyway, okay. All right. We got 3 answers left. What you got, Brian?
Well, I think my friend Wind over there already used this, but he didn't say it. He said Popeyes instead. And I think I'm going to go with the KFC.
Oh, because that was the other one he was wrestling between. Sure. Wouldn't that be a steal?
Yeah.
Woo! Be a steal. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
Chicken.
Show me the Colonel's original 11 spices that make you crave it fortnightly, jackass.
Oh,
Come
wow.
on.
You talking
2 strikes in you.
Mm-hmm.
KFC, one notch above Popeyes. Number 20. Popeyes was actually both of them have 5 people who said KFC and Popeyes.
KFC, here's your fun local fact of the day. The original Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant opened on 33rd South in Maine, right here in Salt Lake City, not in Kentucky. It was the very first KFC of all time.
Amazing.
Yep. It's a big misnomer.
Was the Colonel there?
Yeah, he probably was. And still to this day has the absolute worst mashed potato substance you will find anywhere, everywhere.
It's barely
it's
potato.
Funny because it's kind of, it's
It's
weird.
not really
It's
potato.
weird consistency.
No.
Yeah, it's something else. I don't know what to call
You
it.
have a crack in your wall that you need filled before you can apply some paint.
Yeah, it's spackle. It's spackle or
Which is
caulk.
weird.
Yeah.
But those KFC bowls are all right when you don't notice the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, you're just gonna go to town on it. Yeah, I agree.
And people are 100% correct, by the way. Horrible potatoes, fantastic gravy. I don't know how that all works.
The gravy is really good, but don't forget, and I've told the story on the show. I had that friend in high school, Gary Gertzen, who worked at a KFC and would occasionally put a chicken leg up his butt and then fry it up and serve it to people. So I'm not saying they do that now. I'm not saying you'll ever run into that. I'm just saying Gary served butt chicken to people.
No one is going to eat fast food today after all the things we
I think you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to get a cease and desist letter from all of these.
That guy was gross, man. He was one of the grossest human beings I've ever known in my life. And it didn't end there. There was more. But anyway, let's continue on.
So
And that was the least of his transgressions.
I was about to say, the part that I'm most concerned about is not me eating a fried butt chicken leg.
Yeah.
The thing that scares me the most is you sticking a salmonella raw chicken leg up your butt.
About that. The salmonella from like a raw piece of chicken up your butt, that's just like saying, hey, bacteria,
your butthole's,
let me give you the
your
shortest
butthole's like another mouth
path to the inside of my body.
You're 100%. You're both correct. He never thought about that. That guy would not think of that. The last thing he would think about is what was going to happen to him.
Sure.
All he cared about was causing chaos in the world and putting chicken and butt chicken on people's in their bucket and selling it and having them none be the wiser. Some poor grandma's at the park munching on a freaking drumstick doesn't know that Gary's butthole. Oh man. I still to this day I wish I could reach through time and warn them.
I had no idea that one leg right there has 12 herbs and spices instead of the original 11.
It's got the extra spice in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on. I mean, he did fry it. It probably, if it could kill salmonella, it probably could kill his butt germs. I'm just saying.
I can't believe Claire is arguing for this. She says, but eggs come from vaginas. Claire.
This is a weird hot take, Claire. Like it's a weird hill to die on.
Yeah, going to bat for Gary's butt chicken. Oh man. Anyway, all right. So it's our turn, right? Me and Win Megas are back.
Yes. Yeah, let's please steer this ship back into port.
Let's do it.
I want to steal another one from the chat that had a good suggestion. Tuba said Panda Express.
Oh yeah, Panda Express. People love. Look, if you like diarrhea, head to Panda Express. I like it too. I never eat there.
They're telling you what's going to happen.
No, it grosses me out. I don't like it there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, their orange chicken. Oh, it's the best.
I don't know why. I don't know why I don't like it, but I try, but I don't like it. Anyway, let's put them up. But I agree that they're popular. Let's get them in there. What do we got?
All right, show me Panda Express. I couldn't think of their slogan or you know what they say about it. It's number 13 on the list. 8 people said Panda Express.
Okay.
Panda Express, they have the pandas?
Yeah, this is the problem, right? You're going to run out of panda. You wonder why that thing's so extinct these days.
I'll take a panda and some bamboo sauce. And
how come you guys never have any panda?
Yeah, what's going on? You don't even have any panda, let alone express panda. This is lame.
Exactly. I don't want Jimmy to stick the panda up his butt.
Yeah. All right, Brian, you gotta figure this out. I feel like we're in the weeds here because we've done all the big names.
I know we did the big names. How about we go with the one we haven't talked about? And I was worried it might be fractured, but Ibit probably put them together. There's Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. That's a breakfast place. It's very popular around here.
Oh yeah, Hardee's is huge there. Carl's Jr. is okay here, although that dirt cloud I got in that salad years ago was a bummer.
Yeah.
But that's a good one. Let's do that.
Sure. All right, show me Carl's Jr. / Hardee's. Nope. Even combined, Carl's Jr. had
Even
4.
combined,
Hardy's
even with
Hardy's
the
had
combined
2.
power.
Carl's Jr. had 4. People would not go to the combo of.
I like a visit to Sonic. Can we try Sonic?
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Show me Sonic.
Damn it.
No, no.
Wow.
Oh my
Kidding
gosh.
me?
Yeah, Sonic.
The mystery that
right
is
there with
over here on the
Panda
right side of
Express,
the board.
Number 14 on the list was Sonic.
Okay. All right, Brian, it's
This
up
is
to
Brian's
you.
last chance. Let's see. He needs 12, 13 points to tie, 14 to win. So any pair of these will do it for you.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go with my gut.
That's
And
the
say
only
that
thing
I
you can
like-
go with
yeah.
in this category. by
That's
the
right.
way.
That's right. I'm gonna go with my favorite place to get egg rolls,
Oh.
Jack in the Box.
Ew. Gross. Do they really serve? I know they do tacos and stuff,
Yeah,
but really?
yeah.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
gosh.
dude. The best meal at Jack in the Box is taco with egg roll.
You're
Blow your mind.
you're killing me.
I kid you not.
That
It
sounds
is
horrendous.
funny that Jack in the Box is like such a variety. Their burgers are not great though. Is the problem? Like the one thing that they're like most known for is the burger, and it's like it's a subpar burger, but their outside the burger things are actually pretty good.
Yeah. Plus, they have guys injecting heroin in Vegas locations, so that's cool.
Well, there's that. Yes. Wow, a lot of people talking about the Jack in the Box in the tadpole. All right, let's go to it. Ready? Here we go. Show me Jack in the Box. It's for all the marbles.
Oh,
none of the marbles. Number 13, number 12, Jack in the Box, right above Panda Express.
not enough stoners in the
so-
chat room. We have more stoners. We have more Jack in the Box. That's how it works.
That's right. Well, you'll have to see once you see what the rest of these answers
So-
are.
I
Yes.
did have one, and I just didn't know if it qualified as fast food. But the one
Yeah.
I would have answered is Chipotle.
Oh, Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
Right.
See, that's the
Right.
problem. Oh, it's on
number
there.
7,
Damn
by
it.
the way, Chipotle. Yeah.
See, this is that
man.
line that Win Megas was talking about, though. Like, it's
Uh,
fast food, but is it? You know, like I don't know.
So here's the deal. For me, it's fast food if you get your food at the counter
Get it
and take
fast.
it back to your table.
Okay.
It's fast casual if you order at the counter,
Oh
take
my.
the little plastic tent and take it back to your table, and they bring you the food.
Okay. Well, I think
So
that's fair.
if I was to say, if we were hanging out and I said, hey, let's grab some fast food, and then I said a name, you said, no, Brian, that's fast casual.
Yeah.
I'd have
no,
to kick you.
No, Mr. Fang, that is fast casual food.
Yeah. Never heard it.
We call it fast cash
Yeah.
over here.
But the fast casual might include things like, oh no, Five Guys Burgers and Fries. You have to go up and get it. Oh, we should have done
they call
that.
your name.
Why
and
don't
you
we
order
just-
it, but you still have to go back up to the counter.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's
One
get
was
to these
include
other
Olive
two.
Garden.
Ew.
No, that's family casual.
Only if you're there. No. that's
Only
the
if you're
rule.
there. All right, let's get to this. The last two on here. Number 9. A couple people said it in the tadpole, and I think once I said the go up and you take your tent back to the table and they bring your food. Culver's.
Oh, yeah. Culver's
Really
is
good
still
burgers.
regional-ish.
Yeah.
We've only got like one or two, and I
Regional-ish,
don't
yeah.
think about them.
Yeah.
So, it's a good one, though.
Yep.
It's a fair one.
And finally, a place that Scott has never been, to my knowledge, even though they have a great variety. This one's questionable for fast food, but I still think it qualifies because you still get your food at the counter. Show me number 10, Panera.
Oh, yeah. I still have never
They
been.
are kind of
You're right.
fast-ish food, yeah.
Yeah, they're a little.
Yeah.
They're cut above. We have a place here called. I forgot the name, but they're very similar, and we go there all the time. I don't know why Panera and I have never touched fingers.
Let's say fingers, shall we?
We'll say fingers.
Rounding out some of the ones that are in the top that didn't make the top 10. Five Guys, A&W, In-N-Out, Cookout, which I think is just an East Coast
Oh.
burger place. But
Yeah, we
it's
love
good.
cookout around here.
Del Taco, Jersey Mike's, Whataburger, or as Randy Deluxe and most of the country calls it, Waterburger. Checkers and Rallies, another combo. One person, by the way, did say the combo KFC Taco Bell Pizza Hut, which I think is a brilliant answer, because if you had to go to one place for the rest of your life, make
Yeah.
it a place
Yeah.
that has free fast food places. in
yeah,
it.
you don't. That way, you always have a choice. You know, more choice than you would have normally. So
That's right.
Unless you have a Jack in the Box where apparently you can get egg rolls, which is weird.
You get egg rolls, yeah. With 6, you get egg roll. Pizza Hut, what I just mentioned. Freddy's surprisingly wasn't higher on the list. Habit, Jimmy John's, Steak and Shake, Domino's, Hardee's, Mod Pizza, Nando's, Portillo's, Qdoba, Roy Rogers, blah 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 blah.
I didn't think.
Finally,
and I think for
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's. Oh, Zaxby's is good. They're chicken.
Zaxby's
They're good.
I
Yeah.
think for pizza places, you might have run into the problem of, is pizza place fast food? I mean,
Right.
yes, but also
But also no.
I would
Yeah.
I would say that only Mod Pizza is fast food because they're such small pizzas and you get them pretty much at the counter. They're short enough time to make that you get them right away.
Yeah, the reason
Our
Mod
Little
has
Caesars,
succeeded.
you just walk in and you go.
Oh, that's
they've already
true.
got
They give it to you.
made at Little
Yeah,
Caesars.
but that's
yeah.
pretty fast. Like I would say, Mod Pizza figured out a way to bridge the two. They said,
Yeah.
"Hey, we want good pizzas, but also want them quick and to order. So let's
Yes.
combine this." And they became fast food, but it's still a cut above what you'd expect from like
Oh, it really is. yeah.
Caesars or something, or even
So
even
good.
Scotch
Domino's.
really wanted
And
to
their
sell that
cauliflower
like cut
pizza
above.
is so freaking good.
I want to go there now. Well done, everybody. Guess what that means? That means we have a winner.
Congratulations. You're a winner.
You're a winner, Win Megas. How do you feel about being a winner?
Megas.
there are just no words.
I know, right? There are no words. And so instead of giving you words, we're going to give you codes. Brian's going to send those to you directly over Discord. You'll get those shortly. And we
Got 'em
thank
now.
you for playing.
Boom.
Yeah, well done. Nicely done. And everybody listening, if you're like usually in the Tadpool on Wednesdays and you want to be a part of this, friend me in Discord, Frogpants1277 in Discord, and you'll be eligible when you ping me on those days. Sorry to everyone who didn't win today, but Win Megas beat you all by being number 4. All right, that's how it works. Hey,
how it
Dunaway.
works.
Dunaway, how you? What else you got going on? You got anything you wanted to tell us before you go and get out of here?
Yeah, I can't remember what we're watching for Film Sack, so I'm going to ask it now. What are we watching for Film Sack?
Strange
Day.
Yeah.
Strange Days. Kathleen Kennedy? Who was it?
No,
What was it?
Catherine Bigelow.
Catherine Bigelow.
Yeah.
Catherine Bigelow, yes.
Yeah, so you got the Rafe Fiennes
Writing
and the
that down
lady,
now.
your Wakanda Forever lady. I can't think of her name. All of a
Angela
sudden.
Bassett.
Angela Bassett is in there.
Mhm.
First time I ever saw her. That's the movie where after it I went, she should be Storm if they ever do X-Men. And then
Yeah.
and they didn't
Yeah.
do her. And
Would've
it
been a
pissed
good
me
choice.
off.
Good call.
Yeah,
Good
she
call.
was
And Halle
amazing.
Berry was fine. She was
She
fine.
was
except for
okay.
that toad comment.
Yeah, she was all right.
You know what happens to a toad that gets struck by lightning? The same thing
that happens to
happens to
everything else.
It sucks. It
Yeah.
sucks so bad. Anyway, Dunaway, having you here, boy, it just makes my heart glow with
fun.
good times. Bye. All right, he's out. We are now going to take a break. When we return, you know him, you love him. Tom Merritt will be here talking tech. All right, we got some tech to talk about. I don't know what tech. He doesn't tell me ahead of time. I don't know.
Oh, surprise tech is what it is.
It is
which I
surprise
love.
tech. That's right.
Yeah.
Microsoft Bethesda are doing a big event today. Maybe we'll talk about that. I don't know. I mean, it hasn't happened, so probably not, but it'll happen at 1 p.m. or something.
Sure.
Or sometime this afternoon. Anyway, or wait, 1:30 today? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I may cover it if I can figure out a way to do it. Although probably not because I have DTNS then. Anyway, hey Brian, play us a song and take us through the break. We're here.
The
Whatever.
aforementioned Tom. Yeah, let's. We're going back to Germany. We're
German.
going back to German. For a punk rock punkabilly 4-piece called The Bloodstrings. They have an LP that's coming out this summer, June 2023, produced by the Donuts at Heavy Cranich Studio in Munster. These are The Bloodstrings, and the first single from their album, their debut album, is called Heartache Radio.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
Be careful. You'll probably get sick, just like when you eat rotten food off the ground.
The morning stream. One way or the other, this war ends tonight.
And we've returned. Tell me who that was again.
That was a band called The Bloodstrings from Germany, and that is their debut single from their upcoming album. The song is called Heartache Radio.
Boy, nothing reminds you how far we've come with the Germans than watching a documentary last night or finishing a documentary about the Holocaust and then immediately Brian telling me about a cool German band. It's just like this big divide brought together, you know? We've come a long
Crazy,
way.
right?
Yeah.
How the circle has closed. Or
Congratulations
something like
to our German friends. You guys did all right in the end.
Yes.
It's got kind of gnarly there for a while, but hey, you're good now.
We're all good now.
We're all good now. Yeah, we like
Bro.
you now. We're going to get Tom in here. Let's get it happening and see what is knocking at his tech door, which you know is something. Sure. So let's find out.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is our good friend and Wednesday edition Tom Merritt, who comes in here and talks about the tech stories he's searching and looking for and talking about for today's Daily Tech News Show. Hello, Tom Merritt. Welcome back.
When you say Wednesday edition, it really gets my hopes up that I'll be added to the cast of the Netflix hit show Wednesday.
Yeah, I want you to be. Could you? You're the new superintendent of school or something.
There we go. Yes,
yeah,
right.
I'd like that.
I don't know.
I guys move into that role.
I don't know if I want the responsibility of being in charge of that mess.
Oh, I got an idea. Because this fits your whole vibe. Plus, you like the 40s and noir and all that. You'd be some kind of like local, whatever muggles are in that world, detective.
Private detective, yeah. All right, now you got me.
So we haven't seen Cousin It. Tom could be our Cousin It.
You could be Cousin It. How do you feel
just
about
a big
growing
long
your
wig?
Yeah, just get a big wig head on. How do you feel about that?
Sure. Yeah, I think I might like the private detective. Why not both?
Yeah, why not both?
Oh, the surprise at the end of your season is that Cousin It is the detective.
The private detective, yeah.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
He was under that wig and was also discovering evidence, and you just didn't know.
That's right.
All right. Well, it's good to have you here. I was talking before this that, Microsoft's got a big event today. It hasn't happened yet, but it will be happening. I'm sure that'll be covered today when we talk later. But actually, it may be happening while
your butt. It will.
That's right. It may actually happen while we're recording DTNS. I'm not actually sure, but anyway, I have to look at the time. But I'm sure there's other things percolating. Why don't you share those with us?
Yeah, so there is a bit of research out of the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School. That's Wharton with an H, Wharton. Gave their final exam for an MBA to GPT-3.
Oh, all right.
Oh, right. Okay. No way, really.
Yeah.
So it fooled Wharton
It
professor.
got basically B minus.
Wow.
Yeah. Was really nailed all the basic operations management, process analysis questions, and was remarkably bad at math.
Oh, wow. Really? That seems like the one that should ace,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
At times makes surprising mistakes in relatively simple calculations at the level of 6th grade math.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah.
Did it include any illustrations that had horrible hands? Is that another?
I'm not seeing any mention of that one way or the other.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So there aren't any hands with 14 fingers. Okay, good. That's good to hear.
I hear it plagiarized those from Midjourney anyway. So
yeah, probably. Yeah, it's going to be a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's not a business school. But what I see the headlines going with is, and this shows the danger, that students could cheat on, and I'm like, I mean, sure. It's not impossible for somebody to make an elaborate thing where they use some secret cameras and microphones and earpieces and all that. I doubt most students are going to go to that trouble, and there's some things you can do to prevent that. I think the positive takeaway on that side of this is more along the lines of, aha, this will help us make a better test. So we now know the things that are kind of really obvious and simple, and the things that are more challenging that only a human can do. Maybe revise the test to lean more into that.
I've been hearing this a lot in the last couple of days about AI stuff in general. The GPT thing in particular is really good at what it does, but people are... The talk is we're less interested in seeing what more it can do and more interested in seeing how does this affect the stuff it seems to dupe really well, and how do we make that more human? It's the same idea here, I guess, is get the test more catered to, to people learning or people showing their aptitude, and less about whether a computer can stump it or not. It's the part of this you never think about. Maybe these tools ultimately end up being litmus tests. It's like, you know, like a Turing test, not exactly, obviously, but this idea of like, here's your baseline. If the computer does this, then what we're asking you to do is this, and these are the things that the computers can't do yet. And when they do, don't worry, we'll revise again. Like that seems like positive movement.
Yeah, could we require like PhD theses now to include crosswalks and traffic lights, since computers can't get those without human help?
Yeah, they need us.
Or please write an essay on why you didn't turn that tortoise over in the desert. Why, Leon?
Yeah, why not?
After identifying all the bicycles, tell us why you didn't turn the
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's interesting stuff. I always like hearing about this, but it does feel like we're in a new era of it's no longer this thing beats someone at chess. You know, now it's beating us at life a little bit, so we have to adjust.
Well, and it's not beating us. I think that's the thing I always remind us is as soon as we embrace a technology, we immediately start complaining about its shortcomings. So in advance of a technology, we're afraid it's going to be too good. And after we start using it, we criticize that it's bad. And it's usually somewhere right in the middle, like good at some things, bad at another. And that's what this story shows me is it's not capable. I'm reading now from the NBC News report. It's not capable of handling more advanced process analysis questions, even when they're based on fairly standard templates, including process flows with multiple products, problems with stochastic effects such as demand variability. It's a lot of business words that means there are some really complex problems that humans are built to understand that these models don't yet grapple with. And like you said, Scott, it doesn't mean they won't get there someday, but until they do, you can use that as a benchmark to say like, oh, okay, it's good at this, it's not good at that. Here's your advantage, humans. Let's test you more on that. Than the other thing. And when we're testing on the stuff that the models can do, it's more akin to making sure you can do it. And we'll do safeguards to make sure you're not cheating and all of that as well. I feel like this is a great study that helps calibrate, not the last study we'll need, but it's a great study that helps calibrate how good this stuff is and what it's actually good at.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's pretty cool. Well, we'll talk about it like in depth today on the Daily Tech News Show. If you haven't tuned in on Wednesdays lately, you're missing out. We've had some really good discussion on there, and Good Day Internets have been kind of off the charts. I've been enjoying those. Great.
Yeah, man. It's been a fun start to the year for sure.
I agree. A strong January for DTNS. Tom, I know you've got a million other things going on. Is there any one of those things you'd like to mention today?
Well, I would like to. I looked it up just to make sure I didn't get it wrong. The Xbox Bethesda showcase starts at noon Pacific. That's 1 Mountain, 3 Eastern, and therefore we'll probably be wrapping up right as we start Daily Tech News.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Microsoft.
Yeah, way to go. That's a weird. They don't usually do these mid-afternoon things. It's almost always.
Yeah, it is. They very rarely do anything at 12 Pacific, 3 Eastern. So anyway, we'll do our best to sort of keep an eye on it and shove it in there somewhere. If nothing else, it'll be in Good Day Internet. If you're a patron, you get that. The thing I did want to let folks know is that I recorded a special episode on Section 230 because there's a big Supreme Court case that will be heard in February. Actually, 2 cases going before the Supreme Court that are testing the limits of Section 230. And if you're like, I've heard of that, I don't remember what it is. It's the part of the Communications Decency Act from 1996 that says that a tech platform that lets other people post on it can't be held liable for what the other people post. There's lots of caveats and exceptions to that, and it's often misinterpreted. So I did a special episode of Know a Little More that'll come out tomorrow that says, I'm not telling you what to think or what to argue. You can hate it, you can love it, you can want it repealed, you can want it preserved as is, but let's all argue from what it actually does and how it got there. So I kind of walk you through, here's what was true before Section 230, here's what Section 230 aimed to do. So if you want to repeal it, you should know this is what it would reset to if you got rid of it and didn't replace it with anything else. Again, that's coming at knowalittlemore.com.
Oh, definitely worth checking that out because that stuff's fascinating to me. And the idea of where all this heads, Section 230 and beyond, is infinitely interesting. So if you want to check that out, please do. It's Tom Merritt, everybody. He's also known as Ace Detect on all the socials. Tom, have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ben.
Bye now. You say thank a van?
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
That's fine with me.
If you
I'll see him
if
later.
you're happy with the way things are in life, thank a Ben.
Yeah, I'll thank a Ben. And if I see the little 3-year-old Van later, I'll thank him on behalf of Tom.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not a problem. All right, it is time for Recommentals. Yes, that's right. Recommentals.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't heard from Nicole. Is she with us today?
She is.
Good.
She's doing the thing that she talked about doing before last week. So
awesome.
So there you go.
Let's see. Where is Randy? There he is. All right, we're adding him to the call. Let's get this going.
Randy.
This should be a good time. Let's play the thing for it. It's time for some Recommentals, where we talk about stuff we saw on streaming services and thought you folks at home might like to check out yourselves. While we ring Nicole, let's say hello to Randy Jordan. Hi, Randy.
Good morning stream. How you doing? I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Oh, man.
It's a beautiful morning in Southern California, but it's kind of hot.
Yeah?
Like hot in January.
Hot like what? Tell me what hot is for you folks. What do you call hot?
For January the 25th, we're
Yeah.
going to top out at like 69 to 71 Fahrenheit.
Oh, that is kind of warm.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, I
and
know. I feel
your
terrible.
Heat wave. Oh, how will you ever survive?
No doubt. Salt Lake City currently sitting at a balmy 20-something degrees, and that's a real bummer.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's good to have you back. I don't see Nicole yet, but we'll keep this line open.
She should be here. She might be here.
Yeah.
She will be here.
We'll keep
I'm
hitting
predicting.
ring.
I'm officially predicting she will be here.
I also
Speaking of
predict it.
predictions,
Yeah.
we already got the early Oscar odds. Oscar Dobbs
really?
came out yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we already got some early Oscar odds. I am not surprised.
Okay. Tell us
Okay.
who's the
So,
big.
what do we got?
Yeah.
There
What do we have?
are, like they go and nominate 10 films for a picture of the year, right? Best
Yeah.
motion picture.
Yeah.
And your Banshees and your Fablemans and your Everything Everywhere All at Once are the front runners, right? And they
Yeah,
should be.
sure.
Sure.
Like that's what you would expect.
Yeah.
10 movies though. I've been thinking it would be really fun if they nominated 10 movies, but then they had a second round of nominations.
Yeah.
Like
Trimmed
maybe,
it down to 5.
right, like maybe at the beginning of the broadcast, they could say, here's the 10 the 10 that were nominated, but we've narrowed it down to 3.
Yeah.
So like for the duration of the broadcast, we're only going to really lead you to worry about these 3.
I mean, you're basically talking about.
Thanks for showing up, Kate Blanchett. You won't have. Don't worry about leaving your seat to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
Baz
ahead.
Luhrmann,
But the point is, like,
you're
why
out.
not make it more fun and build a tournament kind of thing around it? I'm all for that.
A bracket.
Yeah, be more fun.
Oh,
Watch 'em.
that's interesting,
Yeah.
right? Like, what would you vote for in the second round? It's Elvis versus Triangle of Sadness.
Yes.
Which one do you think should advance to Best Picture?
That's what I'm saying. Make it more entertaining for us at home. Instead, this thing's just so
Sure.
much pomp and circumstance. It's just boring. But anyway.
By the way, I'm going to have a really hard time watching a movie called Triangle of Sadness. I'm just saying.
Well, look, Circle of Sadness is worse. Speaking of not circles of sadness, circles of happiness of a ride. Nicole, hi. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi there.
I'm here.
Well, good. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. Listen, we're gonna do some Recommentals, and the tradition is we start with Brian. We do that on Film Sec. We start with Brian, then we're gonna do Nicole, then we're gonna do Randy, then we're gonna do me. That's the order today. Okay,
Sounds good.
that's how it's gonna work.
Excellent.
Brian, take it away. What did you watch this week?
By the way, I was looking up to see if Triangle of Sadness is streaming anywhere, and the first thing that comes up in Just Watch is this link to the official trailer, and I think it's going to keep Scott from ever watching Triangle
why
of
is that
Sadness.
lady barfing? Why?
Why is that? Why is that the artwork that comes up for Triangle of Sadness official trailer?
I don't know. I didn't know anything about the movie prior to this, and now I'm not sure I want to know. That seems.
Is it gold? Is she puking gold? What's she? Oh man, I'm fascinated.
I think
Hold
she
on.
might be.
Let me read you the briefest description, Scott, so you can be sure that you'll never want to watch this.
All right. What do you
A
got?
fashion model celebrity couple join an eventful cruise for the super rich.
Okay, you already
Yeah, it's
hate
like,
it. But
So White Lotus without the fun. The fun of watching a beloved member of the cast wash up on shore, basically.
I mean, you're giving it a lot of credit in assumption here. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm officially out. I think I don't care about this thing. All right.
They'll be experiencing the Triangle of Sadness when it doesn't win Best Picture.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
All right.
Let's get to this.
What do you got?
This is my pick. It's a series. I was wrestling between 3 different things to do today that I've really enjoyed lately. This is this one won because it's one that might fly under the radar for a lot of people. It's not franchisey. It's not sci-fi. It's not, it's something that people might breeze right by if they aren't looking for it. It's a series. It's on Hulu, and here's the clip.
Here you go.
Toby Fleischman awoke one morning inside the city he'd lived in all his adult life, which was suddenly, somehow, now crawling with women who wanted him. Not just any women. Women who were self-actualized and independent and who knew what they wanted. Women who seemed kind. Women who seemed motivated and available. But also some who just sent over a picture of a G-string. Or their side boob. Or their under boob. Or their just plain regular boob. It was more than a newly divorced man could take after 15 years of marriage. All this after a youth full of romantic rejection. All this after placing a lifetime bet on one woman. Who could have predicted this? Who could have predicted that there was such life in him yet? But these women were not objects to Toby. They were his mentors. No, they were his heroes. They were teaching him how to live now that he was suddenly, somehow, no longer living with Rachel. Each morning he would wake up with an overwhelming sense of panic in that new apartment of his. Where was he? Where was she? Where was his home? Something is wrong, he'd think. I am in trouble. For Rachel was no longer in bed with him.
I have no idea what this is.
I do.
Well, to said the name. Well, plus I also typed it in our chat, Randy. This is called Fleischman is in Trouble. This is a mini series. So this is your one and done season. Don't hope for a second season because you're not going to get one. Nor will you want one. Nor will you need one because things get wrapped up. That voice you heard, by the way, the narration was a favorite of Scott and mine, Lizzie Kaplan.
Oh, I do love her. She's amazing.
She very prominently featured in this show, almost more than the character of Fleischman himself. Joel Fleischman, or Toby Fleischman, is Jesse Eisenberg, a very waffling back and forth between you like him and you don't like him, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Rachel, Toby's ex-wife, is Claire Danes, playing the most Claire Danesy role you've ever seen her in.
I am so glad that we got past that 20-year time frame in our lives when everybody hated Claire Danes for some reason.
Oh, I love her. I never hated her. Who hated her?
No. Yeah, who hated Claire Danes?
Yeah,
there was this thing where, like, I don't know, maybe because of her character on My So-Called Life or something,
or Homeland, probably.
Loved her on My So-Called Life.
Terminator 3? Was it Terminator 3?
Terminator 2.
I don't remember
3. You're right.
any. Now,
yeah, I don't remember any.
What's her name? Winona Ryder. She had some.
Oh yeah, she
got
hate.
Somewhere right now. Brian Dunaway is googling Claire Danes controversy.
Yeah,
right
he was doing that earlier.
Googling it. Yes.
He's done it with all the fast food magnates. Why not now? Why not her?
But I mean, she is really good. She's especially good at this one kind of very angsty, frenetic, almost manic kind of character, and you do get her kind of Homeland manic kind of character in this. You also get Adam Brody as a friend of Toby. Basically, Toby's best friends are Adam Brody and Lizzie Kaplan, and she narrates the entire story, all 8 episodes. But you also see her very prominently, and she becomes a very important figure in this story. You also get what took me a long time to recognize, Josh Radnor, Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother, as Lizzie Kaplan's husband, and Christian Slater as an author that Libby is a huge fan of.
Is he like Mr. Robot, where you're not sure if he's really there or any of that?
Oh, well, it's interesting. Yeah, you might have to go in with that kind of theory. So it tells the story of, like you kind of got from the narration. Toby Fleischman is a recently divorced man who's living on his own with sharing custody of the 2 kids, and All of a sudden, his ex-wife, Claire Danes, brings the kids over in the middle of the night because she needs to lock in an appointment at a yoga studio on the other side of New York, and never comes back. And we've got to figure out what happened to Claire Danes and why she disappeared all of a sudden.
Thank you for saying all of that, because it made me way more likely to watch this.
Yeah, that's the kind of the key of it. It's not just like let's watch this recently divorced dude figure out how to live his life. But as you also heard in that opening clip, he discovers the kind of the equivalent of Grindr or one of these apps, these dating apps, and a parade of women. Don't watch this with the kids, folks. Is a parade of naked women that you see in this series.
Okay, and it's a one-off.
Maybe do watch it with the kids.
Who is this? Hulu? It's Hulu, right?
It's Hulu. It was FX. Originally aired on FX, and then now it's on Hulu, and just wrapped up its one and only season. And I'm trying to think who the showrunner is. It's
Becky
based on a book.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Diana Schmidt.
I'm seeing Taffy Broder Anchor, but she might be the author of the original book.
Oh, maybe. Gotcha.
Yes, created by. Oh, yeah, she's the author, but this show is also created by Taffy.
This is the Adam Brody guy who's on the OC. Am I thinking of the right guy?
He was. That is correct. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Thank You for Smoking.
Gilmore Girls. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just scratching my head. How do I know the name Diana Schmidt? Oh, she was the executive producer of 30 Rock.
Really? Okay.
Like she made like 105 episodes of 30 Rock, and so I've seen that name over and over.
Nice. Well, there you go then. That looks great.
Yeah,
I'll watch that.
It's really good, and it's a quick series. It's 8 episodes. It's very good, and boy, I don't want to say any more because it kind of spoils things, but is Christian Slater real or is he not? No, I'm kidding. He's really real.
He's real? Okay.
Is this show at all about a place? Like, does it take place somewhere memorable?
It takes place in New York, in Manhattan, and Manhattan figures I wouldn't go so far as to say, oh, Manhattan is actually a character in the story, because it's not, but it's important to the setting. I'll just say that much.
Is Eisenberg very Eisenberg in this?
He is. It's funny. He is as Eisenbergy as Claire Danes is Danesy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I guess I have places on my mind, because some shows are like remember what was the show that took place in the Delco part of Pennsylvania? Or White Lotus. White Lotus,
very prominent.
The setting, the
Mayor of
setting is really
Easttown. Mayor of Easttown, very important.
Yeah, a lot of.
Oh, that's the one you're talking
I
about.
like shows where the location is a character
where it matters.
almost. Yeah. Where it's almost as important as the actors that are in it. I like that a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
When done right.
No, it's a really good story, and the mystery, you very realistically love and hate the characters as you watch them go through all this and the choices that they make and the decisions that they.
Jesse Eisenberg's just never going to play a cool guy that everybody likes.
No, he's never going to play like a suave, sophisticated. There are times, you see shirtless Jesse Eisenberg. I'll even spoil it and say you see pantsless Jesse Eisenberg, but you don't see anything.
You see his bum.
You don't see the reverse cheeseburger or anything.
No.
But,
good.
But you do. But the guy looks like a kid sometimes, like a completely shaved dolphin man.
Yeah, he's an interesting look, right? I love that one. What is it called? Where he's working like an old what do you call it? Amusement park thing in the 70s. Yes, I like Adventureland.
Yeah. That might be. I might be with you. That might be my favorite Jesse Eisenberg performance.
Yeah,
Zombieland's good, and
Social Network's good.
All that
Social
Network is good, but
best Jesse Eisenberg performance that I've ever seen is this little movie called The Living Wake, and I wish it was available. I wish someone would just buy it and put it on some streaming service so you could watch it. Such an awesome little movie.
Really? His fifth movie was The Village. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, nicely
All right,
done,
cool.
Nicole.
Jesse Fleischman is in trouble for you shit out of luck fans.
Yep, there you go. All right, check that out. Hey, Nicole, let's roll over to you here. We got one that is a holdover from last week, but nobody's seen it yet, so I'm very excited about this. Any setup here before I hit play?
Documentary. It was on MTV, and they brought it over to Paramount Plus, is where I watched it, and there was only 6 episodes. It's nice because you don't have to watch them all in order. I bounced around based on my interests of who they were interviewing. But as a mom, I'm really curious, like, what facilitates this kind of person to achieve these kinds of things. And it's a really cool insight to parenting your kids.
All right.
So
cool.
There you go.
All right, here we go.
The relationship between a mother and a musician, it's everything. The last thing I wanted to do was disappoint my mother and say, I don't want to go to school anymore.
He loved music. I thought, this is where you'll thrive. I wanted to explore the stories of mothers of musicians. So I went on.
The relationship between a mother and a musician, it inspires everything.
Wow, this looks great. I gotta watch this.
It is so good. I loved it so much. They filmed this back in 2019, but then they released it in 2021. So you heard in that clip, of course, Dave Grohl and his mom.
Yeah.
And they wrote a book together. And that book inspired this documentary, which is called From Cradle to Stage. And so Dave Grohl and his mom travel around to different famous musicians. Now, like I said, I wasn't really interested in some of these musicians. I kind of bebop between the episodes. So like the first one I start with was episode 1, where him and his mom interviews Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons and his family. And you get a huge insight into his upbringing and his story. And as you go through each episode, while they focus on the musician, they also pepper in Dave Grohl's story. So you get a lot of behind the scenes inside information of like him and Nirvana. And it's just a wonderful watch. 'Cause I mean, as a parent, I'm always afraid I'm doing something wrong or I'm screwing something up, and am I doing the right thing? So that's just what you do as a parent.
Sure.
It's my biggest worry.
Sure.
So it's just, I really enjoyed watching it because even as you hear from these moms and they're like second guessing themselves, and they're like, no, I need to support my kid, but they have troubles in high school and like, it's a bumpy road. So you also heard in that clip Geddy Lee from Rush and his mother. His mother is amazing. Like, my gosh.
So I just want to be really, really clear. This is a series about different musicians and their mothers. This is not a series about Dave Grohl and his mom.
It is though.
But
like they're the constant. Their story is peppered through all of these episodes. So you have the focus. You have the focus of the guest mom and son, or mom and daughter. They also interview Miranda Lambert and her mom, Teresa Carlisle and her mom. My favorite, however, was Tom Morello and his mom.
Morello. I love him.
That was such a good episode. No, I loved it so much.
So it's like, so what this is like, it sounds like Star Trek, but it's like Picard and the Borg is your overarching story. And in this case, Dave Grohl and his mom are like Picard and the Borg. So you're always going to visit them every time, but you're still having these standalone stories about these people.
Yeah. And then Pharrell Williams and his mom it's so good.
I think you can learn so much about somebody by seeing their mom and like getting an interview with their mom or seeing somebody interview their mom, because it really tells you a lot about how that person was brought up. If it was this is a warm, loving house, or we kind of just let him do what he wanted and he took up music and just went crazy with it, etc.
Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool.
It's wonderful. And they are really, I mean, they're standalone episodes. So I kind of went episode 1, and then I went episode 6, and then I went to episode 3. I just kind of bebopped around with it, based on my interest of who was being interviewed. But even like, I didn't even know who Teresa Carlisle was, and I really enjoyed watching her story too.
Right.
It was interesting because when she started doing music was the same time Dave Grohl started, and they were both in Seattle, and they were talking about how they were doing their thing parallel to one another without knowing each other was there. So it was really kind of neat to kind of get some of that Nirvana backstory too.
What's the Brandi Carlile song that everybody was obsessed with a few years ago?
Hold on.
I have no idea.
Brandi Carlile.
I know her through covers. So the covers she's done and the covers of her, probably whatever the most popular cover of her song music is, would probably be that song you're talking about.
Is it is it that Cannonball song? Is that the one? I don't remember. People
but
like
yeah,
her,
Paramount Plus is where you can watch this. It is an MTV production, and it's streaming. It's
Very
wonderful.
Nice. And it's called, where's the name? Cradle to the Stage. From the Cradle to Stage.
From the Cradle to Stage.
Very nice. I'm watching this. This looks great.
Yeah. Can I also put a little plug in for the new Night Court? I just started watching. There's only 2 episodes out, and I love it. I love it so much.
Does it have a laugh track? Cool. Or do they do no laugh track? I don't know how they did it this time. How was it?
Did you watch it?
I haven't seen it yet. But is there a laugh track in it, or is it just like a normal comedy?
I didn't notice it, but it's a normal. It's Night Court. It's a continuation of Night Court. So
yeah,
the judge.
I just wondered if they were gonna like do the same 3 camera laugh tracky 80s comedy setup, or if they were gonna do something else.
I didn't notice the laugh track, which means it might be there.
I just know how weird it was in the trailer hearing Melissa Rauch's real voice, instead of that squeaky Bernadette. I was thinking,
that will never.
I'm the new judge.
It feels like she'll never shake that. Like every interview she's done for 15 years. You know,
maybe she will now. Maybe this is
that's what we're asking about. What's up with your voice?
Yeah, maybe this is what does it.
Maybe
that'll make the big turn for her. I want to watch it. I haven't yet though. So
it's a lot of fun.
All right.
And so is the new Quantum Leap. Well, maybe not. Yeah, it's a little too.
I'm liking the new
Quantum Leap. It's a little too serious. I need some
really?
funny. I need a little funny in that one.
It's they went right into, hey, what's a mystery, a big overarching mystery that we can do for the entire show without establishing, all right, here are the rules of this science fiction. He's got to be able to bounce. He's got to be able to do it within his lifetime, and they've broken all of the rules in the first few episodes.
There's a thing in action adventures TV series for a long time where you're supposed to get the whole series in the first episode. You're supposed to like give us a whole story in the first episode and like introduce everybody and put everything on the line. And I'm like, oh, I kind of would like for you to take it a little more slow. Let me get to know some of these people. Like I watched maybe 3 episodes of the new Quantum Leap, and I just felt like, oh, we're just rushing way too fast here.
So we're watching it. We're certainly not making it the first thing that we watch every week, but it's like, oh, we're eating dinner. We don't want to focus on something serious like The Peripheral, which we're enjoying tremendously. Thank you, Scott. But it's like, it's background 3/4 pay attention kind of programming.
Sure. I still kind of want to see it, but I don't know. I don't know what's holding me back on that, because I do love the original show. We've talked about it a million times. It's good.
It's just a little too serious for me.
It's a little too serious, and it doesn't have all of the charm that the original series has. And I'm really seriously still expecting that a Scott Bakula cameo in the final episode's going to happen.
May as well. He's not doing anything else. Get him out there.
Right. Might as well.
Get in there. All right, Randy, let's dive into yours. We got a clip here. Any setup for this, sir?
My cinephile friends and I have had an email mailing list together for over 25 years. And one of those people yesterday emailed me right after the Oscar nominations came out and said, do I have to watch this movie? And I went looking, I found it streaming, and I'm like, yes, yes, you have to watch this movie. The name of the movie is the first thing you're going to hear in this clip. So no surprises.
Okay.
But I am going to make a case for, yes, you need to watch this movie.
All right.
Roll the clip.
All right, here you go.
He doesn't like
That's
change.
mine. Sorry. Here's this one.
Maverick. 30 plus years of service. Combat medals. Citations. Only man to shoot down 3 enemy planes in the last 40 years. Distinguished. 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 Yet you can't get a promotion, you won't retire, and despite your best efforts, you refuse to die. You should be at least a 2-star admiral by now, if not a senator. Yet here you are. Captain. Why is that?
It's one of life's mysteries, sir.
Nice. Yeah, I think we know that one. I've heard of it.
This movie getting nominated for Best Picture is one of life's mysteries. I am here to tell you, it does not make sense. But there is something about it that is so much greater than the sum of its parts. You should be tired of seeing old, gaunt Tom Cruise at this point. He is gaunt. You should be really, really tired of this entire enterprise. They basically made the movie before COVID and then put it on a shelf for 2 years, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I guess something happened. Along the way, someone figured out that it needed to have more than just Top Gun stuff, right? Because this movie is absolutely chock full of Top Gun stuff. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of plane dogfighting, like a lot. But in the middle of this movie, 35 years after the first one, in the middle of this movie completely steps outside itself and says, oh, hey, you know how Val Kilmer has been through the worst thing that could happen to an actor? We're going to make you sit with that. We're going to make you sit with that for a long time. And you're going to look at him and you're going to listen to him. Oh my God. I'm sitting on my couch crying while watching this thing because it's streaming on Paramount. It is so worthy of being seen. I still don't think it's worthy of a Best Picture nomination, but you should watch this movie just to see the scene between Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer, you know, whatever it is, like 10 years after Tony Scott died, you know. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is good. I liked it a lot. And I did a kind of lengthy sort of review on the show after I watched it finally. Brian saw it in theaters, I think, right?
Yeah.
We both liked it, but it had an impact on me I didn't expect, and it's a little along the lines of what you described, but even more, it was its handling of what does the passage of time mean, what does age mean, how do you deal with some of those issues, how do you try to reconcile the passage of time, that kind of stuff. I didn't expect that from it. There was depth to that in the movie, and it worked for me. Partly because, you know, when a movie came out, I was like 15, and now I'm 3, sorry. And it's just a different world now, a different life, a different everything. And this movie had a way of understanding that I didn't expect that. I thought it was just gonna be dogfights and woohoo. And it was that, but it was this other stuff. And I think that's probably why it's a better, fuller experience and why it got nominated. I'm fine with it being on that list. I think it's good.
I tried to explain to my cinephile friend that you should be watching a movie like this for the cinematography. You should be watching it for the incredible editing and sound design. Like there are all kinds of things in this movie that are supposed to be on a level, and this particular movie, Top Gun Maverick, is that level plus one. The cinematography alone. Like you could watch it with the sound off. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. And a lot of that stuff is straight up practical and very little digital help on stuff. And like the original film in that way, it's kind of groundbreaking. And I don't know. I'm also not used to Tom Cruise looking a little vulnerable. That's weird, right? His thing is I make movies where I'm cool. And
exactly. Yes.
And he's vulnerable.
He cries. He cries multiple times in this movie.
Yeah.
Like there's scenes where he's staring into the eyes of Miles Teller and tears are running down Tom Cruise's face, and I'm like, oh my god, don't make me like Tom Cruise as an actor. And that's exactly what happened.
It's really
I like
good.
Tom Cruise as an actor in this.
Yeah, it's really good. Paramount's got it still, and I assume it'll be there for the foreseeable. So
probably.
Yeah. And it was nominated for 5 other Oscars besides Best Picture, by the way.
Is it worth the commercials, by the way? Like, is it?
No, they do. So I have the.
Yeah, they give you 120 seconds of commercials up front.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you get the whole movie after that.
So start it up, pee, come back, watch the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tested it. I started it up, got through the commercials, got into the middle of it, and then I paused it for like hours and came back to it, and they did not replay any commercials. Once you've watched that, you're good.
Yeah, you're solid. They do. If you pause it though, you get a nice little ad. I love that.
Oh yeah, while it's paused.
Paramount's
yes, exactly.
weird. It's like, hey, pause our stuff and see an ad. It's like, we don't have enough ads
Right.
to give you. How about when you pause and go pee? It's so dumb. Anyway,
So
good call. That's a good movie. Let's throw mine in here. This is a Netflix original documentary that I clicked on random thought because I thought, well, this sounds dumb. This must be interesting because often they are when they sound dumb. So I clicked it.
Well put, yeah.
And here's what it sounds like.
He doesn't like change.
I wear 3 pair of socks, and I keep a paper towel with me at all times. It just helps you cope.
So we had to keep him in a safe little bubble.
My whole life, I've been poor. Poor is when you don't have enough money. When your house payment's only $125 a month. Yeah, we lived in a ratty old house that snow came in, so we wrapped it in plastic, literally a big sheet of plastic.
Yeah, it had a lot of holes.
All right. This one,
God.
it's not actually going to explain what it is at all. That's a weird thing about the clip I chose.
Not even a little bit.
This movie is called The Pez Outlaw, and it is currently on Netflix. It's about this guy named Steve Glew, Glew, who spent the 90s basically smuggling super rare Pez dispensers out of Europe back to America and selling them.
What a life. What a life.
It's a very odd thing, right? Like, all of what I just said to you sounds kind of insane.
Yeah.
It was really great until the president of Pez Candy Corporation, which, by the way, they call him and they print on his door Pezident.
The president, yes.
Which blew my frickin' mind. I still can't stop thinking about it. But they call him, ironically or unironically, the Pezident. And that guy's a real jerk and ended up fighting this dude. And anyway, there was this whole thing, like full big giant conventions where people would go and compare their Pez dispenser collections and sell them. And they were it was a massive, weird underground thing for a while. And America was really bad at doing anything new. It was always just like, all right, we have a deal with Disney and we're going to do these characters and we're going to do these Star Trek characters because these are big deals we've signed with these big IPs. We're never going to do weird ones or little offshooty ones or smaller ones. But in Europe, they did one for everything. There's a Pez dispenser for freaking everything, and there were some really rare ones. And they would go for like $5,000. Anyway, this documentary not only follows this dude's story and his whole smuggling story, but also talks to a ton of people who are actual Pez dispenser collectors. They spend time at these conventions. I found it all utterly fascinating. If you're wondering why his wife sounded a little weird, her voice, she was diagnosed with what's the Parkinson's? There we go. Parkinson's disease, which doesn't always manifest as shaking. Sometimes it manifests in other ways. And in her case, it's destroying her ability to speak. And so for most of this documentary, she's kind of got this gentle little whisper. But man, she's so amazing. She is the star of the thing, as far as I'm concerned. This guy is just a piece of dust on the wind without her supporting him and helping him and stuff. But anyway, it's just one of these weird, I'm never going to know this story until someone tells it to me kind of stories. And I really liked it. It's great. And it's like an hour and a half or something like that. So it's not like a big series. It's just a single film. It's called The Pez Outlaw.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it came out last year, 2022. And it also reminded you that, like, in post-Soviet Europe, things were weird, man.
Oh, I thought you were say Pez collect you.
Pez collect you in Soviet Russia. But he had some moments where he'd have to, like, like pay huge bribes to these guards just to let them get out of the country with a bag full of Pez dispensers, and it is really odd. It's a very odd little tale, and I loved every second of it. The Pez Outlaw currently streaming on Netflix.
You really hooked me by bringing up that there's like something that happens in post-Soviet Union Europe or Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe, yeah.
Because like that is such a fascinating time and place.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. And they get into it. You know, they don't get too into it. It's not like they're going to, this isn't a geopolitical documentary, but you know, it's just this sort of thing, like a little lawless, a little weird. You know, the guards that were on one side were mainly just there for the bribes, and the guards on the other side were actually trying to do their jobs. And when that all fell down, it was like, well, who do you trust, and how do you know what to do? And you know, it was a weird thing. It was a real time, but I found it fascinating. And the guy at the center of all this is just a freaking character weirdo dude, who in the end I think is just kind of sweet and nice. But boy, he had a moment in the 90s. Let's put it that way. Anyway, go check it out. There's all your list. It'll all be up at quicktms.li because Brian has dutifully been doing that while we've been talking. So go check it out. If you missed any of that, that includes you, Christine.
Shitoutaluck.com.
That's right. Go check it out. Fantastic. I hope you guys have a great week. You have anything fun planned? Nicole, you do anything cool this week? Anything fun?
We have a water softener company coming to help us with some hard water.
Oh,
I'm so jealous. I've been wanting to have one of those come to our house for a while too. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
You gotta soften that water, man.
Please share it on TikTok or Insta.
Yes.
We had to do that because we had a bunch of pipes go weird, and we ended up having to do it. So good luck with that, I guess.
I don't like soft water.
I don't either. It takes forever to get soap off.
It feels slimy.
Yeah.
But
you feel like you just got shot out the back of a xenomorph or something. It's gross.
Oh God.
Maybe not quite that, but it's there. It's up there.
Don't give away my Recommental next week, Scott. Come on.
I know, right? But I want you both to have a great week. Stay out of trouble. Eat all your vittles and your Wheaties, and we'll see you next time. All right. There they go. Into the mist, Brian. Into the mist they go.
Into the sea, you and me.
Let's end this thing with with an email. This is great because we finally got an answer on this whole weed delivery thing, you know, the DoorDash and all that.
Yeah.
Sierra wrote in and says, "Hey, Scoot and Boogie, whenever I can boot scooting my way down to the weed store, I simply order out. Or when I can't, rather, I simply order out. You have to be registered on their website where you upload a photo of your ID, etc., and then they check your ID when they deliver it, and you have to sign for it. Buy limits of 1 ounce per person per day, per week, per month are common in most states, which would doubly complicate third-party delivery. My closest dispensary is 30 miles. Jeez. Boy, if you really need your weed, they're going to have to drive. Yeah. And they even delivered to me all the way out here. For perspective, I can't even get a pizza delivered here where I live, but I can get an ounce of sticky green weed brought to my front door. Gotta love Northern California. Smoke the bowl, though. Sierra.
I love it.
I feel like Sierra is living their best life right now or something.
For sure. So I mean, that's the thing. It's got to be, you can't do a DoorDash, or there's so much regulation and so much confirmation that would have to be done. You'd have to upload your ID to DoorDash. They'd have to confirm it, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
so
and they don't want that. I don't think DoorDash, they already assume a lot of liability. I don't think they want the extra liability that you have at this. Yeah. That may change over time.
Maybe
things loosen up. It's a little less weird, you know.
Sierra, are you getting it from Oregon? Is that the deal? Like,
yeah, 30 miles away could be Oregon.
30 miles away, yeah.
What was I going to say? I assume the same thing holds for booze. If somebody wanted to order a big thing of scotch from a liquor store, you probably can't use DoorDash for that.
Probably not. Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't actually
There's got to be places that deliver it, but I, for whatever reason, can't think of a place around me, a liquor store around me that delivers it. You can get the curbside stuff if you're still, you want to do the avoiding contact kind of thing. But
yeah,
I'm sure there's a liquor store. There's liquor stores around me that deliver. I just don't know.
Well,
Drizzly, of course. Yeah, there's like Drizzly, and there are third-party apps that do that, right?
That is specific alcohol delivery?
Specific to alcohol. Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
How do they
It was the
enforce age?
embarrassing thing. I did advertising emails for one of these companies.
Oh.
It might have been Drizzly. I can't remember who it was.
How do they deal with age limits and stuff? Like how do
They basically check your ID when they deliver. So they can't do like leave it on the doorstep, ring the doorbell, and dash. It's got to be like, yeah.
Gotcha. They need you to be
Somebody of age has to be there to accept the delivery.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. If you have thoughts on this or anything else, always use our email address, you guys. Filmsack. What the hell is our address? themorningstream@gmail.com. And we had 3 of us here from Films. 4 of us today.
We had 4 of us here from Filmsack today. Yeah,
yeah, it was a Filmsack day. It's easy to forget.
That's right.
But anyway,
And Fletcher.
That's right. Everybody's here. Filmsack. Damn it. themorningstream@gmail.com. Son of a B. Also, that phone number to call in with either your voicemails or your texts is 801-471-0462. I want to thank our patrons for being there for us.
When you text, by the way, please specify the Brian you're referring to.
Yeah,
Please.
and also, if you're going to say, what's with the fang, I don't know, a little more info maybe.
Say play retro or say, yeah, right. Exactly.
Anything at all really would help. Any information you can provide.
And also that's rude to say
also
what's
it
with the
is rude.
fang. Come on, Carlos.
Carlos, go back to school. All right, moving on. No, if you never want to hear a commercial, if you never want to deal with any of that, or how about you want extra pre-show or pre-show content every day? How about you want a play date this weekend? How about you want all those things? Well, the good news is signing up to our Patreon will give you those in quick fashion. Go to patreon.com/TMS today, and you are in like Flynn. Thank you, everybody who already supports us there. We appreciate it. And also, if you're coming to TMS Vegas in April, do get your tickets over at vivatmsvegas.com. And you're going to want to do that soon because this is the week where I do a head count and do my estimates on how much swag to order in for all of you. That includes some who can't come. There's a swag-only option. So get over there, get your tickets, get in now while you can. You'll be all set. If you're hey, yeah, go ahead.
And I was reminded by Bernadette, who called me Brain, that please, when you book your hotel at the Plaza, please use the coupon code or use the group code. It's not to save you any money. Prices are going to be pretty close to the same whether you use the code or not. However, by using the code, you help guarantee that we get things like the ballroom for free and access to the Sand Dollar and things like that. So make sure you use the group code, which is at vivatmsvegas.com.
Yep, and the room rates are for our week are really good, really low.
Yeah.
We locked ours in. I was a little surprised that there's.
Yeah, I still need to lock mine in. I'm pulling a Scott like. We're going to show up there and be like, oh, I forgot to actually book my room. Well, it looks like I'm staying at the Four Queens. Sorry.
Yeah, that's how it goes. We've done a Freaky Friday on that one point this year. So
that's right, exactly.
Usually, there have been years. I mean, let's never forget 2018 where I thought I had a room all set because I was dumb, and I got there and there wasn't. And poor Brian was like scrambling.
I'm in the lift, like texting back and forth with you. I think we're on this. Tina and I are on the strip. We're going someplace, meeting somebody for dinner or something, maybe Tanner.
Yeah.
And I'm texting back and forth with you and saying, yeah, no, I didn't book your hotel. You have to do that yourself.
I don't know why I had it in my head. Brian had all this stuff done. That was the year I thought, well, I guess I almost thought I was going to stay somewhere else, but it worked out. They took care of us there. They know they're very nice.
They absolutely love us. Like Bernadette totally, Bernadette, who calls me Brain, totally loves us there at the Plaza, and they look forward to our visit every year now.
You know why they love us? It's because same reason Snowbird loved us for Nerdtacular. We are not weird German businessmen that come in
That's right.
and wreck the place and drink ourselves to death. We are nice and respectful, and we don't trash the rooms, and we're not.
And they love us also because we walk around in these weird matching Pizza is Beautiful T-shirts that we got from some mysterious place.
Right. Chat room's over here going, "You're a big boy." No, it's not that. I misunderstood. I misunderstood and thought Brian had some deal where he had to be the one that registered the room.
Right, yeah.
It wasn't that I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never registered. It's not that. I just had it in my head wrong. And it all worked out in the end. All right. In fact, we got an upgrade, I think, for free while we were there. Because they were short on rooms. But anyway.
That's right. Yeah, we got one last year. I don't know if I'm getting one this year, unfortunately.
Probably not
one
us.
For Taskville, but that's a whole separate
I kind of need one for the swag, but I don't think we did either. It'll be enough. Who needs a bed to sleep on? You know, that's what I always say. Anyway, that's it for today's show. Thank you all for listening. We're going to have one tomorrow. I just got word today Wendy will be in Chicago tomorrow, so we will not be having Wendy. This is kind of last minute. She's taking her husband there for a deal she got on tickets for seeing Wait, Don't Tell Me live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
She loves that show. I like it as well. I wish I could
be in a room with Carl Castle. Get out.
Well, he died, but
she's going to be in the room with the ghost of Carl Castle. Get out.
Whoever took his place, plus what's his name? Who's the guy?
Siegel. Peter Siegel.
Peter Siegel. Siegel will be there.
Jack Siegel.
Peter Siegel. Peter Siegel.
I can't remember.
Whatever.
I'm still reeling from the fact that Carl Castle's dead, Scott.
No, you need to go. I'm
going to go nap.
You know what? Mourn in your own way, Brian. Okay, you'll be fine.
Yes. Exactly.
Anyway, so that's a thing. But we'll be here. We got lots more to do this week. But before any of that has to happen, we got to play a song right now. What do you have?
Well, it's Claire's birthday today, and she was too late to give me a request. So we're going to hear from Joe Uncool and Dan the Tabletop Man. Because they were smart enough to send this request in on January 6th, unlike Claire, who sent hers in day before yesterday. Hello, what is this? Sildenafil and Benzapril. Nice.
Oh, some pills.
Dan and I voted that there isn't enough Broken Peach on the show. To remedy this problem, we are prescribing YMCA by Broken Peach just as soon as you have an open date. Does Scott still have cat and chicken porn on his device? Party on, dudes. Signed, Joe and Cool and Dan the Tabletop.
I don't think I ever had it on my device, but I do have on my computer a file about chicken porn, and I will now play it. Hold on. This is from Wendy years ago now, 2014, September 11th, 2014. Never forget. Wendy said this.
Cat and chicken porn.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, happy birthday also to Terry Z in Chicago.
Oh, it's where Wendy's headed. Look at this big connection we got today.
Say hi to Wendy and the ghost of Carl Castle.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. And don't worry, Claire, you're going to get a request tomorrow. I need more to go on than that weird photo you sent me. I can't even tell what I'm looking at there.
She sent you a photo?
Anyway, let's get to this request. YMCA by Broken Peach. This was a single that they released in 2022. Of course, a cover of the song by the Village People. Listen, if you have not watched a Broken Peach video, you should probably stop what you're doing and just go watch the video for YMCA, because these performers, there's 7 of them, 3 dudes who play the instruments, and then 4 women in the front who do all the singing and harmonies and stuff like that, but also have the weirdest body movements and dancing and facial expressions and makeup and all that stuff. Go watch the video while you listen to this. Here is YMCA by Broken Peach.
All right, that sounds great to me. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of TMS.
This show is part of the Frogpants Network. Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
I don't know.
Oh, hey, I am not lying when I say I kind of need to see this trailer now with the barfing gold face.